Well, here we are for our first full day. We're going to visit Ravine Saab, which is a school that we visited 2 years ago, and we're going to see what difference our support has made. Rhodes, how are you, buddy? Good to see you.
It is absolutely incredible to see the changes that have happened over the past 2 years especially. What Bob and Renee and the GoDaddy.com and all of GoDaddy's customers, what they've allowed us to do is really focus on a holistic approach to building quality education, but also quality community development.
This is being built by the community here at Ravine Saab with funds provided by GoDaddy and the Bob and Renee Parsons Foundation. And unlike other classrooms here, these will all have electricity.
Community members come up to me every time I enter and they say, I'm so proud to have my children, have my grandchildren go to this school. And what better of a indicator to know that we are doing the best that we possibly can to have that feedback from the elders within the community.
This class here deals with public health, and it's done in songs like the importance of washing your hands, how to stay healthy, good hygiene. It's making it a fun thing, and it's making a difference. Here we are at the kitchen that is just added. Now, the kitchen is staffed with volunteers right from the community, and it uses all locally grown products. What it does is it provides good nutrition for lunch.
And it's making a huge difference because we see literally the energy levels of the students. They're staying after school even later, they're more engaged in the classroom.
Everybody's pretty proud of it, and this is all new, and it's doing a wonderful job.
One of the great things that the school has been able to do this year is to start an art and recreation program. And what they're doing here is creating coasters and bags out of a local straw called peat.
I mean, this isn't just about making coasters. It's about learning how to be creative and to let that creative side of you grow. Before GoDaddy stepped in and the Parsons Foundation stepped in to help out here, none of this was happening. But now it's happening, and education should be fun. And education should be about being creative and releasing your potential. And that's what this is a start of. So we find it pretty exciting.
So your clients, every time they round up, is making a physical difference in the lives of these community members right here in Ravine Saab.
So thank you, GoDaddy customers.
Thank you, GoDaddy customers. Thank you. For me, in the line of work that we are in and what Hope for Haiti's mission is Bob and Renee and GoDaddy.com, they're the best partners we possibly could have.
I'm going to get you a real nice vehicle.
What inspires me is that they come down here, first of all, which is an enormous amount of time and resources, and it's difficult. You see the roads and you see what we go through and our staff goes through, but they're here with us and they make the time to go out and visit with community members. They're listening. I think that's all that you need, is you need to listen, and that's what Bob and Renee do so well.
Once again, we visited a very special orphanage here in Lakai. It's Sisters of Charity, and it's very special in that no child is refused. Most of the children in here are severely handicapped, but all of them have been abandoned and they've been accepted here by the Sisters of Charity. The reason we're doing this interview out here is because inside they allow no cameras. And so we honor that request, of course, but there's many things that the orphanage needs. They need medicine, they need food, they need toys for the kids, for example. And through Hope for Haiti, we're going to start a program where we provide them funding each and every month. So we're going to start out and see how that works. I believe it'll work great. And then as time goes on and their special needs, we'll see what we can do to accommodate them. But I tell you, these sisters, every one of them, have a special place in heaven. And they dedicate their life to the church and to this mission. And I'll tell you what, you know, it's hard to say who's going to go to heaven and who isn't. But I know if these sisters don't go to heaven, I don't stand a chance.
Today we visited our infirmary Saint Etienne here in Lakai, Haiti, and our infirmary was opened 3 years ago. Today it's a beautiful medical facility that serves primary care for the poorest of the poor.
Here we are at the Hope for Haiti Infirmary. In back of us we have a lot of people here that are waiting to see the doctor.
Thanks to GoDaddy.com's support, as well as the Parsons Foundation, we've been able to expand. One of the things we were able to do was improve our storage and depot facilities. We have electricity so we can keep the medications cool. And then because of the electricity, we've been able to improve our inventory processes. We have an entirely Haitian medical staff and they work so hard, and we're just so thankful for all of your support.
This clinic, there's a big difference between the way we seen it 2 years ago. 2 years ago it was good, but right now it is much, much, much better.
Today we also visited the Foyer Saint-Étienne, and in partnership with our infirmary, 40 elderly residents receive free medical care. Those elderly residents are people who live at the foyer, it's their home, and they were most often abandoned by their families.
So these are all elderly poor that can't qualify for anything. They go through the cracks. The government doesn't even know they exist practically. You know? Wow. So they're here and they're happy, and they're my kids.
Yeah.
And one of the incredible things is this shelter runs on a budget of $36,000 a year. All right, so can they use additional funds?
Father Fred has a long list of facility improvements that could really increase the quality of life overall.
How much funds is he looking for?
He's looking for about $50,000 for initial improvements for this foyer.
All right.
Great.
Well, we have some good news for Father.
We do
You
have
do?
some good news
Yes,
for
we
you.
do. I'll let
All right.
Tiffany tell
Well,
you.
okay.
Well, we share some of your needs with Bob and Renee, and the Parsons Foundation would like to commit to you $50,000 to help with improvements to you.
Well, that'll improve a lot of things.
Seriously, this is like one of the greatest days of his life. It's definitely.
Well, that's good. That's good
Thank you,
because if we
GoDaddy.
can,
Thank you,
if
Parsons.
we can do something like that and make that much of a difference,
Yeah.
well, we're certainly going to step up and do
Yeah.
it. Is we're going to provide you with a grant of $5,000 a month to supplement your operating budget. Oh. All right, and then we're going to get you a new computer.
Wow. Laptop? Whatever you want. Yeah, laptop.
And with GoDaddy.com and Parsons Foundation support, they've been able to do some building improvements, like giving electricity to the residents, painting, upgrading the facilities. All the residents have their own beds, their own shelves, places to keep their clothes. They do a really great job, and the staff there works really hard to make sure all the residents are happy and healthy, and it's such fun to go and visit.
The second thing we're going to do is we're going to go out to the Tetsu school, and we're going to see the school and the progress they made since we adopted this program. This is the school's gardens that are used to help the lunch program, which makes a big difference at the school. The lunch program is probably, of everything that we've done, been the most important, because what it does is it gives the kids energy. It makes sure they get at least some good nutrition during the day. Their parents like that. They want them to come because of the nutrition, and just makes for a much, much better atmosphere. In Creole, Tetsu means spring head, or head of the spring. Well, this is the head of the spring that we're talking about. And the water's been bubbling up here for, well, just forever. And one of the things we're looking at doing is trying to figure out a way to pipe some of this water up to the school so the school has running water fresh from the spring. We want to do that. The challenge is without capping that spring. So we got some thinking to do. Here's another piece of progress that's due to GoDaddy's contributions and those of the Bob and Renee Parsons Foundation. We were able to buy this additional land, and we're putting in 3 new classrooms.
They're used to these really big, beefy rebar columns and, real big, beefy foundation holes. And, rock's really just a material saver, and it saves a lot of concrete and it's not going anywhere.
They'll have all electricity, and we expect they're probably maybe 12 weeks away from being finished. But that should be exciting because the school will be able to accommodate students up through high school, and that's the ultimate goal.
What I see is so powerful about Bob and Renee and what they're doing here in Haiti with Hope for Haiti is, for me, this is so much bigger than coming in and even just helping our 750 students. What they're doing is they're investing in healthy communities, sustainable communities over the long term, and they're really investing in Haiti's future. This is a model that is so important that I hope inspires others to do the same and to follow the role model that really Bob and Renee are showing as we work on a community development level to really make a big impact in the lives of our community members, also their families for generations to come.